And these Philadelphia fans, Bill, unafraid to boo anyone, including their stars on their own team in the playoffs.
And you. I think they might boo you because you did the call for the Kawhi shot.
I did.
Where you were just like,
on the heels of the Philly special in football.
Right.
Right? I mean, they've had these two incredibly interesting moments in sports. Please stand by my side, though, okay, if you don't mind.
Kevin Harlan's a national treasure. Leave the man alone.
Yeah. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. O'Neal is out there with Bogdanovic, and it's Gobert in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the 76ers, the tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid.
Man, he's a pure point guard with terrific vision. Conley finds open teammates at times before they realize they're open.
Now here's Simmons. Harris outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Here's Gobert. Back to Mitchell. And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Here's Mitchell. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Philadelphia. It's a 3-point game. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
Well, it really showed the trust they have in one another. I love how they got after it, and you could feel that they were playing for each other.
Here's Bogdanovic following the basket by Al Horford. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Here's Mitchell. Bill, if you were building a franchise from scratch, which one current player would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's
Still
turning
young
25
enough
this year. I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is underrated. Like, he's just built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years. The way I like to watch the running styles, and the game just comes so easy to him, and he's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's hard.
And that one drops. Harris has got 5 points so far.
Harris has really become much more adept at finishing hard shots. Great focus there.
Bogdanovic finds Conley. And the pass to O'Neal. At the top of the key, Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. Back to O'Neal. Over Harris. And again, it's Utah.
Only one miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
And so Simmons will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Trailing by 2. Back to Embiid. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists now in this one.
Man, nice to see how Embiid operates in the pick and roll. Knows how to set hard screens as well as where and when to roll.
Here's Mitchell. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Monster quarter for him. He's put the team on his back, trying to carry them to the W.
Simmons, the bounce pass. Harris against O'Neal. Basket, good. That's 7 points for Tobias Harris.
Really tough to defend Tobias Harris any better than that. I mean, he's just got a special knack for making tough shots.
Now here's Conley. 8 points his last outing. The dish to Mitchell. Seen a handful of players land the Supermax contract bill. By and large, how do you see those deals working out?
It's tough. Nobody's really been happy with it yet. You know, it's so much money and it's such a big part of somebody's salary cap, and you're just kind of handicapped with it. And we've seen John Wall is the worst case scenario of it, but the situation Charlotte was in with Kemba Walker, where he makes the All-NBA team and now his Supermax is $240 million instead of 180. Like, that's crazy. And in a salary cap league, to pay $50 million a year from somebody is just nuts. It compromises the ceiling of the team. So the Bucks are going to be in this position with Giannis, where he's making $55 million a year and the cap's $120. How are you going to put a good team around
You can't maneuver.
You can't. So I would put a wrinkle in there that I would make the Supermax, whatever, pay the player whatever the number is, but it only counts for like $32 million or something. Make it so that it's not prohibitive.
A percentage of the total cap.
Yeah, make his cap figure is 32. Even if you're paying him 55, and then that way people could compete better.
Now here's Conley following the miss by Al Horford. A three, and there's Mitchell. That's good on the assist by Conley. 14 points for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's O'Neal. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Simmons. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over.
Shot clock at 3. Good on the triple. Embiid's got 5 points so far.
Very consistent on the offensive end. Even when Joel Embiid is being pressured, he stays under control.
Now here's Conley. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
A floater. Harris's shot is good.
This is how dangerous Harris is. Look at this. Capable of burning you with the floater as well.
When you look at Joel Embiid, enormous talent, you've talked about him a lot. How does Bill, he compare to some of the great centers? This is a very short sample with him, certainly, but how does he compare, you think, to some of the great centers you've seen, you read about in your career?
Talent-wise, he's up there. Durability-wise, he's also up there in the Yao Ming, Bill Walton kind of category of guys that I'm just not sure they're going to be able to stand.
You kind of hold your breath. Is he too brittle? Too brittle.
I don't like some of the decisions he makes. I think he shoots too many threes. The big thing for him is conditioning. And until he takes that seriously, he's just going to have a ceiling on his career. I think if you go back and you look at the tapes of him in Kansas, and he looks like a young Kevin Garnett. I mean, he's 50 pounds lighter.
His body's completely different.
Completely different.
Oh, my God.
And he's just carrying a lot of weight. And I felt like during the Celtics series 2 years ago, I thought he wore down at the end of those games. So he's got to figure that out because that's the thing that's holding him back right now.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Mike Scott's checked in for Philadelphia. Then for the Jazz, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Bogdanovich. Joe Ingles comes in for O'Neal, and it's Moutier in for Mitchell. Shot is good off the back rim and in. And the Jazz lead by 1.
Man, oh man, you think about Mike Conley and how his shooting form has improved. I actually enjoy watching him shoot the ball now.
Now Simmons. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Scott, good.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now, here's Ingles. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Utah.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
They'll name a couple past superstars that didn't always get enough credit for being as dominant as they were.
Moses Malone would be my #1 pick. Probably the best player in the league for 5 years. Dominant in '83, they won the title in Philly. Really gave Kareem a lot of problems and was just awesome and has now just been swept under the rug. Nobody even really remembers. So I would go with him first.
Ever.
Never. Well, it was part of the problem. They were tape delaying games back then, and we didn't have league pass. We didn't have a lot of that stuff. I think he was really underrated, and you kind of never know who's going to endure and who's not going to endure, which is one of the reasons I wrote my book.
Simmons with it. Now defended by Moutier, and the call will be against Emmanuel Moutier. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Embiid, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. But drive by Simmons.
It really is a thing of beauty watching Simmons in screen and roll situations. I mean, he's a manipulative master when it comes to tearing apart the defense.
Green finds Conley. Another miss by Utah.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Korkmaz passes to Ennis, and Ennis slams it in.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Hey, guys, this is going to be fun now. I mean, we've got ourselves a shootout on tap here.
Now here's Gobert. He had 13 points in the win against the Grizzlies in Memphis. Moutier dishes to Green. Count that one.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
He's hit his free throws at a pretty good clip this year, 77%.
And it's really baffling. I don't know how he lost his touch at the line so dramatically, guys. I mean, and it happened quickly as well. He's nowhere close to what he shot from the line last season.
And Green no good on that one.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Here's Scott. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul.
You know, Kevin, you can't be pretty, though, with those second chance opportunities. I mean, just put it in the basket.
They retain possession. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Simmons. Again, Philadelphia. Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. But is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performance and success?
I think that there should be a playoff MVP. I made this case
like
in my
idea.
book.
That's a great idea.
There's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here are the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have these guys. They're good at pointing. They're good at fist pumping. First guy during the timeout running over.
Chest bumps.
They have handshakes.
All of it, yeah.
They're waiting at the scorer's table before the game to do the special handshake with each guy. I feel like that guy deserves some shine. Last year, DeAndre Jordan, I think, was one of the first guys I remember who was just great at this before he started playing. Late 2000s clips. It was like, man, this guy's really, he's not playing, but he's really figuring out how to affect the game.
Good. I like that.
You know, after missing his first year out of college due to injury, Ben Simmons ended up winning Rookie of the Year in 2018, proving the wait was worth it.
Now here is Conley. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. And Gobert kicks to Mudiay. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got 7 rebounds in the game. Hits out that one from Ennis. Ennis has got his second bucket.
And the double clutch layup in that situation, that's just him playing to the crowd, guys.
Pass to Mudiay. Simmons against Conley. Over Simmons. Conley gets the bucket.
Fantastic at capitalizing from those spots. Conley has a dynamite-looking jump shot.
Passes it to Simmons. There's 25 seconds left in the first. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Simmons. George Niang, he's checked in for Utah. And Simmons drops them both. We got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Conley against Simmons. And here is Conley. From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and you know, people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago. They were kind of, you know, laughing at us. When I say I want to win a championship, people are laughing. But I believe that we're going to win a championship.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking. And, Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Conley. He's out there with Emmanuel Mudiay. Joe Ingles is out there with Gobert. And it's Niang in at power forward. Bill, it was in Boston where you received your master's degree in journalism. What attracted you to this profession? Why journalism?
I couldn't do anything else, and I didn't like manual labor.
No, really?
No, that really was it. I was good at writing.
Like anybody in your family or anybody you
No,
idolize?
I was always a good writer, and I liked writing and sports.
Yeah.
So just kind of like, I'll do those 2 things
Did
together.
it in high school, I'm assuming?
Yeah, started in high school. I had the big thing for me was in college. I had a column for the school newspaper, really from freshman year on. And around sophomore year, it felt like it started to get momentum. And that was the first time I thought, when did I get paid for this? Which, as it turned out, no, until I was about 29. Yeah.
Guys, the passing ability and IQ of Ben Simmons, both amazing.
Gobert with it. Tipped away. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Sunday, they'll take on Marc Gasol. and the Toronto Raptors. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Niang kicks to Mitchell. Gobert trying to get open.
Well, you got to respect the athleticism and the willingness to defend that Simmons has. I mean, he's a skilled shot blocker, too.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives him.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David. Here's Mitchell. 76ers getting the bucket. 6 to shoot. Here's Moutier. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Thibault. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
It looks like they're ready to run, fellas. I mean, they haven't hesitated at all to get out on the break so far.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Harris is checked in for Mike Scott, and Josh Richardson subbed in for Simmons. Jazz trail by 17. Bill defenders are doing a better job of challenging the shooter from the side so they don't foul and don't step into that landing space when he comes down from shooting.
Yeah, I don't like the landing space. And all that stuff. Like,
well, what would you call
load management? We have all these phrases now. It's like, how did these phrases come in my life?
Load management is interesting.
Load management's the worst. Where did that start?
I don't know.
Can we just play basketball?
Just like work, yeah. Just to get figured, just rest.
What's the thing they call when the guy travels, but they say it's not? It's like he's gathering the ball. That's another one.
Gathering the
Never
ball.
said gathering the ball in my life until 2 years ago. Enough with the weird phrases.
Yeah.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now, here's Horford. 17-point lead, their biggest. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul.
The Jazz have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Richardson against Moutier. Outside, Bogdanovich. Another miss by Utah.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And that one's good. Korkmaz.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Utah calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Bojan Bogdanovic. 8th in three-point field goal percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And back to his efficiency from three. As you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. Richardson against Moutier. Richardson the pass to Harris. Doubled by Bogdanovich. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And Philadelphia has possession. Harris finds Richardson. Jacks up a three. Another three for Philadelphia.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He picked up 33 points in their last win against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Harris misses. Jazz trail by 18. Now, here's Moutier. Pass to Mitchell. Got a piece of it. And there's the pass to Thibault. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. The 76ers shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
The first free throw is good. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second. It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
5 on the clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Richardson for 3. A rebound by the Jazz. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
I mean, it's a big-time victory when you can just storm back like they did. Didn't have a good first half, but completely outdid themselves, particularly in that third quarter.
Now, Moutier following the three-point attempt by Josh Richardson. And it's blocked. Down low. Here's Horford. Oh, that's blocked.
Wow. I mean, we don't normally see a rejection from Bogdanovich. I mean, the effort was great, and the shot block was a surprise.
James Ennis, he'll check in for Korkmaz. Jeff Green is checked in for Utah. Mike Conley comes in for Moutier. Ennis taking his time here. 5 to shoot. It's stolen by Green. Dishes it to Mitchell. Out to the wing. Now, here is O'Neal. Not a lot of room. Poked away. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. And we have a moment to take a look at the best three-point shooting teams in the NBA. 5th, the Jazz.
No doubt, they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Green finds Conley. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Mitchell missing. The 76ers leading by 17. To the middle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich.
Yeah, you know, you can't get overly physical with Harris because once you do, he turns it against you and uses it for his good.
The 76ers have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Harris.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, Tobias Harris is a great scorer, and he's had multiple NBA stops, and I think you just have to simply say this guy has always been wanted.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Embiid's checked in. He doesn't get the second one. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for Utah. It's an 18-point game. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. And that will be the 5th game of this 6-game road trip. Now, here's Richardson following the miss by Donovan Mitchell. Now Ennis. 9-point game his last outing. Here's Embiid. Harris trying to get free. And Embiid, the bucket on the assist by Ennis.
Embiid is a very assertive player, a player who fights the defense on these contact finishes and does so with confidence.
Outside, Green. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. His three-pointers off the mark. The 76ers leading by 20. Ennis dishes to Richardson. Back to Ennis. Knocked loose. Pass to Harris. O'Neal comes with the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And the Jazz with possession here. Jazz trail by 20. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Green kicks to Mitchell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
The Jazz have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. First one falls for him. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The 76ers leading by 19 points.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
76ers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Harris. That one is no good. Jazz trail by 20. And here is Conley. Outside, Green. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Green's got 5 points so far.
And Green's become a dependable three-point threat. If you don't get a hand in his face, he can certainly knock those down.
Here's Horford. Makes it off the glass.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Conley, the pass to Green. He kicks it to Bogdanovich. No good on the triple.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You take a look at the 76ers. Third best record here in the early going.
And for Philadelphia, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
Now O'Neal. After Bogdanovich missing on that last three-pointer. And it's Mitchell missing.
It has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
Harris kicks to Richardson. Pass to Ennis. On the wing, Harris. Clock at 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Bojan Bogdanovich.
You know, looking to score often from there, Harris is excellent at drawing the defense's attention and fouls.
For Philadelphia, they have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Philadelphia making a change here. Simmons is checked in. Then for the Jazz, Gobert comes in for Bogdanovich. And it's Joe Ingles in for O'Neal. And Harris drops them both. 1:37 left here in the second. Conley scanning the floor. Pass to Mitchell. And he uses the glass on the layup. Mitchell's got 17 now.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued.
Oh, what a play! Woo!
And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
Conley left side. Kicks it to Gobert. On the wing, Ingles. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Mitchell. Fires from deep. And Joel Embiid pulls it down.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Shot from 16. And again, it's Philadelphia.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Simmons against Conley. Fires for 3, and the 3 ball is good. He's got 7.
It's Conley's ability to hit the long ball that makes him such an asset. Stretches the floor and creates space.
And so it's Philadelphia controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with head coach Quinn Snyder. Coach, what adjustments are you going to do?
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. What a game it's been for Tobias Harris. He ended up with 15 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Clark, what would your dream backcourt look like? If you were going to design one, what would it look like?
Well, they'd have good size and athleticism, somewhere in that 6'3" to 6'6" range, and the ability to make plays for themselves and others, and also be very solid at the defensive end. You know, you think about some guys that would fit that bill. I look at a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, who really gives it to you in multiple ways as a backcourt player. And I like the scoring of Damian Lillard.
Agreed. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Count it. Conley's got 9 points.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And you know what? He does. I mean, in the NBA, you've got to have ways to score over defenders of all sizes.
And a minute played as the second half gets going. Embiid finds Simmons. Back to Embiid. It's stolen by Gobert.
TO number 5 for him in the game, and that's way too high of a number for any one player.
And, you know, stretching out for that one, Bogdanovich showing a little elevation for a guy who typically stays close to the ground.
Simmons passes to Harris. Utah with the rebound. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. O'Neal against Harris. O'Neal kicks to Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. Utah needs to get off a shot here. Conley's shot is off. The 76ers leading by 18. Feeds it to Harris. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. 17 points for Tobias Harris.
And you look at Harris, he's really improved as a scorer. He's become a go-to option due to how efficient he is putting the ball in the basket.
And stolen by Simmons. And then Simmons slams it in.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rim.
Boy, the guys on the bench loving every minute of that one.
Conley dishes to Mitchell. Fires the three. The shot, no good. And Philadelphia the other way now. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. And now that we have a chance, let's show you the NBA's top thieves. This is the list of this month's steals leaders. 4th, Ben Simmons.
Really been fantastic defensively this run for him. He's had more than his share of steals, and now he's looking to get more.
Simmons against Conley. He dishes it to Bogdanovich. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid. And Utah making a change here. Udier is checked in. Utah calls timeout.
You know, you look at Bojan Bogdanovic, and he's not uber athletic. I mean, he doesn't blow you away with his athleticism, but he's heady and he's tough, and that makes him effective.
Now, taking a look at some stats for Ben Simmons, the last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run, averaging 12 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Yeah, he's outstanding at controlling the tempo. I mean, keeps the ball moving and, of course, finds the open man.
And growing up in the European system, Clark, 2 practices a day, drilling those fundamentals. Bogdanovich with a complete offensive game.
Yeah, you can see the fruit of all that labor, Kevin. He's very efficient offensively, doesn't waste motion or dribbles. And he's not content to be a one-way player. He's challenged himself to defend at a higher level.
Well, maybe not the most well-known player in the league, but Josh Richardson has been a big source of offense, and Greggy's done it for a while now.
A bit of a specialist, but Richardson has no problem putting up and making threes.
That's good from Richardson. And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he can hold his own on the defensive side as well.
Mark, I want to take you back a bit here to 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, it's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize them.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh, my goodness, look who I'm playing against tonight?
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
That's good from Scott.
And there's been some turnover in the Philly front office, but through it all, some bold moves.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, guys. First, the process, and we heard a lot about that as they were stockpiling draft picks and losing a lot of games. It was maybe the most drastic rebuild in NBA history, at least as I can recall. Then new leadership in Elton Brand, who's done an outstanding job, pushing all their chips into the middle to go for it. Great credit to him for not sitting back. In both cases, a plan and a direction, and that's what you want from your organization.
Moutier, pass to Bogdanovich. Out to Conley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. They need this. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
And checking out some numbers for Gobert. He's been dominant over the last month. 3rd in rebounding, 4th in blocks, and also his field goal percentage is up in the top 5. Tremendously efficient at finishing plays at the basket.
And as you said, one of the league's top 3 rebounders. He has an instinct for how the shot's going to come off that rim. That's special. And the want to corral it. It's stolen by Gobert. And he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Conley against Simmons. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for Utah. Inside. And Bogdanovich kicks to Gobert. And it's sent back by Horford. Here's Thibault. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. And again, Philadelphia turns it over. Utah's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. The pass to Moutier. To the paint. Here's Bogdanovich. The basket good off the assist from Moutier. Moutier's got 3 assists in the game. Pass to Horford. Here's Thibault. Six to shoot. Back to Horford. Over O'Neal. Horford, good. Horford's got 6 points.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
Moutier dishes to Gobert. Conley against Simmons. Here's O'Neal. It's good from long range. He has 7.
You know, I don't think it's ever too late to make a sweet dime. I mean, even if you're halfway through your shot, you might find a better one for a teammate.
And that one's good, Simmons.
You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
Moutier passes to Gobert. Moutier looking around, and looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
And, guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
Ennis, he's checked in for the 76ers. Utah also making some changes. Green comes in for Bogdanovich, and it's Joe Ingles in for O'Neal. Conley kicks to Green. Passes it to Moutier. Pass to Gobert. Korkmaz grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And it goes down 2 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Moutier dishes to Conley. To the inside. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Conley. Conley's got his 7th assist in the game.
You know, after the Sixers were knocked out in the second round for the 2nd straight year, there was some speculation, and I think unmerited, whether Brett Brown might be let go as head coach. The players voiced their support and made the decision easier to bring him back, and I think it was the right one. He's done a fantastic job as the leader of the Sixers.
They get a hand on it. Simmons passes to Ennis. Back to Simmons. Just 3 to shoot. From deep three-point range, but they recover it. Conley with it, outguarded by Simmons. To the middle, here's Ingles, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Lock at 6. For the 3. Hits. Out that one from Ennis. Ennis has got 7 points in the game. And Coach Brown Clark captained the ship through some real rough times in the beginning.
And you know, Kevin, I think for that reason and the job he's done here recently, he's earned the right to see this thing through. It's a result-oriented profession. I know that, and I understand it. But this is a team built to contend, and that's the expectation. And I'd like to see Brett Brown have a chance to bring it to full fruition.
George Niang, he's checked in for Utah. The pass to Gobert. The fadeaway. Again, the Jazz score.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Outside, Simmons. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Conley.
And let's review some numbers for Conley. He's putting up about 14 points a night, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects more of himself.
Buries it from three-point range. 10 points for him.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Niang passes to Gobert. Here's Niang. Nice ball movement by Utah. Green kicks to Niang. Over Horford. Here's Gobert. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Philadelphia.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Well, they call Rudy Gobert the Stifle Tower, probably the game's most dominant rim protector.
And in today's game, that's not enough. You also have to come out of the paint and defend smaller players in switches. He straddles those two needs better than anyone in the league.
So he comes up empty at the line. A lot of players keep track of their stats, their own team stats. But, Clark, how much do guys pay attention to stats in game?
I have no idea. I mean, I know stat sheets are given to the coaches during the timeouts throughout the game, but I don't think players in general are able to monitor their numbers. Now, there are exceptions to every rule. I imagine every team may have a player or two that can chart his numbers during the game, but the vast majority are too occupied with playing the game to keep up with the stats.
And they're looking up at the scoreboard, too, aren't they? Because they give individual stats up on the board.
Oh, man. Yeah, I tell you that, and then watching replays is one of my pet peeves with players. I mean, they should just focus on playing the game instead of always looking up to see if they fouled or not.
Pass to Mitchell. Lets the three fly, and he's good on the three ball. Mitchell's got 20 points.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Passes to Richardson. 55 seconds left in the third. Gobert with the block. Looking to get back on track here, and it's laid in by Conley. Conley's got 4 points in the quarter.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Not settling for the layup. Sometimes you got to go strong, and Harris gets the chance to stuff it there. He didn't let it slip by him.
Conley, the pass to Gobert. Here's Niang. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Niang's got 6.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Harris looking it over. Pass to Richardson. Three-pointer. The rebound by Niang. Here's Conley. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Ben Simmons.
Boy, you look at Mike Conley. He's been around a long time, folks, double-digit years. Does a little bit of everything out there, and outstanding, not only in the locker room, but also in the community, too. Just 5-star in every way.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And so it's Philadelphia, finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. This has been a one-sided matchup, and I don't see any signs of it lessening. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So on the floor for Utah. Conley runs the point with Mitchell flanking him. Bogdanovich out there with Gobert, and it's Ingles in at the 3 spot. Richardson, no luck.
You know, you don't always get that opportunity, so those are the ones you hate to miss.
There's the pass to Gobert. The drive by Mitchell. Conley, the pass to Gobert. Gobert double teamed. At the elbow, it's Mitchell. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Mitchell's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for Utah. That's tipped. Stolen by Michael Conley. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Fellow Buckeye Mike Conley, one of the outstanding point guards in the league. His defensive prowess, superb. He's not afraid to go after steals, and he usually gets his share.
Embiid finds Harris. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Harris has got 21 in the game. Down low, here's Conley. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Ben Simmons. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant. Right before the draft, that deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him.
Take a break.
But it was worth the risk.
Shots.
The first one falls.
And the size of the Sixers can present matchup problems for opposing teams.
Well, you think about the 2 critical positions, a 6'10" point guard and a 7'2" center, and both are uber talented. That's a huge advantage, a unique advantage for Philadelphia.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Conley against Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. Here's Thibault. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
And he knocks down the first one. For a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
Passes it to Gobert. Mitchell against Richardson. Pass to Conley. He kicks to Gobert. Knocks it loose. That's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will retain possession. Royce O'Neal's checked in for Joe Ingles. Mitchell outside. top of Joel Embiid.
Oh, let's go home. That was just ridiculous.
I do not remember the last time I saw a dunk like that in a game.
And guys, it's going to be a long time before we see another one just like that.
Mitchell looking it over.
I see him.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Conley's shot is off.
You know, after connecting on one three-pointer in the first half, he hasn't netted another one since.
And a slam dunk by Richardson.
Boy, the floor awareness and passing ability of Embiid, very impressive, and he continues to grow as a passer.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Simmons. Here's Thibault. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. Philadelphia with the ball. Here's Simmons, and he makes the 8-footer. Simmons got 23 points.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. You like that?
Yes and no. I think you have two separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have, and then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark. The 76ers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Joel Embiid. Jonah Bolden comes in for Al Horford. Raul Neto's checked in for Harris. And it's Burke in for Ben Simmons. That's good from Richardson. So it's Utah now. Exum with it. The pass to Williams-Goss. Looking to end the run. And that comes off the assist by Exum. Williams-Goss has got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, pretty much anybody can hit that shot when they're that wide open. I mean, terrible defense.
Pass to O'Quinn. Back to Burke. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Poke loose. Bradley deciding where to go with it. Passes it to Bolden. Oni. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Richardson. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Richardson's got 7 now in this quarter. For Utah, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Here's Williams-Goss. That shot, no good. And it's Burke with the ball for Philadelphia. Pass to Neto. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Neto's got his first points in this one. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Williams-Goss, the pass to Bradley. There's the dish to Exum. Back to Bradley. Right wing. 6 to shoot. Here's Williams-Goss. Another miss by Utah.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Clark, last season we saw more of the global game series from the NBA. A couple games in Mexico, one in England. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it really is, because I actually 6 years ago had a chance to be with the Pacers in the global games in the Philippines, and then Taipei, Taiwan with the Rockets. Great experience for the players and the organizations. It's an additional level of travel, no doubt, about a week to 10 days where you're in another country, but it's great for the game and it's great for the fans in those countries.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Mike Scott's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Horford comes in for Jonah Bolden. Korkmaz checked in for Raul Neto. And it's Ben Simmons in for Trey Burke. And Utah with a change here too. Green's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Exum. Knocked away and stolen by Horford. It's stolen by Bradley. To stop the run, and that one's good. Williams-Goss. Williams-Goss has got 5 points in the quarter.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You know, you push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
Simmons with it. Now Green defending. Outside, Scott. It's Korkmaz in the corner. Outside, Simmons. Just 5 to shoot. The 76ers with another miss.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Shooting one.
Well, Clark, at the college level, a coach was recently offered a lifetime contract. Think we'll ever see that in the NBA?
Well, you can't quite say never.
Right.
I said in college basketball, I never thought in my lifetime I'd see a 16 beat a 1 seed.
Right.
So never say never, but it's not going to happen.
Well, but you've got a lifetime contract doing this, so I guess it does happen in some quadrants.
Well, you got information that I don't have.
Now the pass to Korkmaz. Takes the 3. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Here's Exum. Aston Yang. Passes it to Bradley. Shot clock at 5. The 11-footer. And yes, it's good. Here's Korkmaz. Pass to Burke for 3. The rebound by the Jams. Clark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally hate to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for the 76ers. Raul Neto comes in for Korkmaz. The pass to Thibault. Here's Horford. And nothing is falling for him right now. And so it's Exum with it. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
And it's getting late, guys, but all of a sudden they have hope when just a little while ago it looked like hope was lost.
Hard not to wonder if maybe they left it until too late. I mean, they finally started to make some things happen, but at this point, they almost have to be perfect the rest of the way.
Horford. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. And that's now 11 points for Al Horford.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
Outside Bradley. Got a piece of it. Here's Neto. Kicks to Burke. Now, here's O'Quinn. Now Burke. Another three for Philadelphia.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
And Greg, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Exum. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Horford. Neto, the pass to Burke. Niang kicks to Exum. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. So both teams changing it up here. Six on the shot clock. Bogdanovich wide open. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 1:35 left in the game. Simmons passes to Harris. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic.
Wow.
Because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
Simmons passes to Horford. Over Conley. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. And the Jazz with some changes. Now here's Burke. Defense right on him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The alley-oop. It's deflected. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Williams-Goss the pass to Bradley. Here's Niang. O'Quinn defending. It's blocked. Here's Neto. Pass to Burke. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Al. You guys do it as a 5-man unit on the floor. How did you come together for this win?
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.